Okay, there was a reason you couldn't hear me there this time, unlike the first time. And that's because I accidentally bumped the mute button. Anyway, Twitch about a year ago, maybe 2 years, implemented a thing where you could reconnect after getting knocked offline. Fuck this. That doesn't make any sense. The thing was... Why is it doing this? Alright, switching over to RN noise for a moment. Now let's try switching back to RTX. Now let's see how that sounds. Sorry, my mic was picking me up over and over again. So that was bizarre. Why am I in stereo? It's set to a... Cannot catch a fucking break. Yeah, I know. Looking at ping plotter, seeing how bad this is gonna get and how quickly. If I sound okay now, that's fine. RTX just needed to be reset, I guess. Okay. Okay. Let's try again. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Can't catch a break today. A comedy of errors, which also describes Hildibrand. And there's the cue. As Andy pointed out a little while back, even though our data center is tiny and has like 2% of the population as the others do, the queue times are still exactly the same. It's very odd. Also, this fate I needed just popped. Oh, good. There's a bright side. Thank you for keeping that eye out, Bad Road. Also, I didn't die. 14 minutes. Perfect. Yes, and if you come up here, you have to stay up here and not jump around on everything. Here. Just lay on this pillow. It's nice and soft. Gaston does not like thunderstorms. He's terrified. I'm probably going to need to give him a tranquilizer because he is not handling this one well. Okay, baby, lay down with me. Lay down. Hey, it's okay. I had to actually push him down to get him to lay down. Alright, here we go. They are dapper zombies, you'll note. Where's my... Right, I have to be in combat before that'll work. Still not working. Why can't... Oh! Why did it erase my carbuncle? Oh, because... No, that still doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to erase the carbuncle unless you die or change jobs. So I don't know why... I guess when you log out, it also erases your summons. Nice and soft like puppy. And there's Bad Road. Hi, Bad Road. Frisbee, stop. Yes, I was just told it was fixed. Is it broken again? Just randomly deciding whether to come out of the left or right speaker. Alright, well, I guess I'll... Since apparently RTX isn't working anyway, and it's still picking up music, why the hell would RTX break like this again? I swear to God, audio is the worst thing that anyone has ever created. I just fixed this. I don't understand. Probably something that'll be fixed by rebooting the computer or something. The volume was down super low and RTX was still picking up notes from it. So it was doing the opposite of what it was supposed to. I mean, RN noise is automated too. You're okay, Gaston. You're okay. Did you find the zombies? You did, that's wonderful. I've been busy too. The head zombie will rue the day he meets me. You'll see. So tell me, what did you learn? Let me look. RN noise doesn't actually have any settings in OBS. It's just RN noise. Anything that you're adjusting in Mumble isn't actually adjusting RN noise. It's just adjusting noise gates and such. Yeah, RN noise does automatic adjustments too. Frisbee, are you gonna hide under the table? Okay, I guess that's fine, honestly. That's one of the reasons that I wanted to clear that space out. Whoa, that was loud. Yasin is pressed up against me and Risby is halfway under the table. Don't lick that. There you go. Good boy. It's been a day. Oh, so you weren't able to make new friends. That's a shame. But this parchment, this is a map of the Sagoli Desert. There's a spot marked here in the south, and look, there's something written here. A gentleman is rather than does. That sort of reminds me... Well, no matter. Let's see where this map takes us, assistant. Onward to the Sagoli. Alright. Hop over to the Forgotten Springs. But yeah, RTX was on when I started, and then when I came back, you'll note that it's no longer was any good. I'm glad that it looks like the two blips were just blips. One was power going out, of course, and the other was something overloading, I guess, and we dropped 600 frames. About 10 seconds there real quick, and now it seems to be back to clear. You're okay, Gaston. Don't go running off. Just stay here with me. I don't think I misread the map. Maybe they're just shy, though. I say we call out to them and let them know we come in peace. And when the leader shows himself, we strike. I will go whither the wild rose bloom. That's the wrong plot line. That didn't seem to work. Maybe try shouting something else. Show yourselves, foul fiends! Also nothing. A gentleman is rather than does. Hey, Gaston. Ugh. Who summons the gentle dead man? They live, and we hunger. My brothers, lend me your ears. A gentleman does not dine upon his guests. Spare these two fair ladies your mastications. Withdraw, I say, and harass them no more. Up in the sky, look, it's a bird. No, it's an airship. No, it's the inspector. We hear and we obey. Good landing. It is you. It really is you. I knew nothing could kill the great Inspector Hildibrand. Hildibrand? Who is this Hildibrand of whom you speak? My name is Zombibrand, devourer of brains, undead overlord extraordinaire! What are you saying? You're not an undead overlord, you're a gentleman inspector. Ah, Inspector Overlord, Inspector Overlord! Oh, Inspector, you're just confused is all. Don't worry, I'll knock some sense into that noggin of yours. Frisbee, it's okay. Are you trying to hide behind the center speaker? You can't come through there, there's not enough room. Stay your hand, milady. You know not what you do. Even if I were the esteemed gentleman you purport me to be, the concussive force of the blast is more like to liquefy my... If crashing into the ground made you forget that an explosion of equal force ought to make you remember. I'll save you, Inspector, or kill you trying. See, even you acknowledge the possibility that this plan will result in my untimely... Yes! Ah, he remembers me. Inspector Hildibrand remembers me. I hit mute to clear my throat, and then forgot to unclear it, or unmute it. Yes, I remember you, my faithful assistant. What I do not quite remember is how I came to be here. Yeah, the storm's over, babies. It's okay. Don't pull on any of those wires, please, Rizwi. Now there's thunder in game. That's fun. He literally burst out of the ground seconds after she left. I think that's very fun. Ah, such a wonderful dream. I slew a dragon and... Zach, I need to help Rizvi get out of his hiding spot. He got himself stuck. Yes, and I gotta stand up. No, you can't just hold me here. I gotta help your brother. Gaston's trying to keep me from helping Rizvi. Not specifically, he's trying to keep me from getting up. Come on, Rizvi, you got this. There you go. Good boy. Way out. No. I know, you didn't want to break it. Come on. Come on. Ooh. Thank you. See? Thunder's all over for now. Okay. Oh, fuck. What is this place? And for that matter, who am I? This is just normal Final Fantasy. Will I get to do this eventually? Final Fantasy usually doesn't lean too heavy into comedy. Some of the direct sequels do. You can absolutely do this quest once you hit level 50, I believe. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have awoken at last! I always knew you'd come back to us. Be it Red Moon or Black Dragon, no fiend is a match for mine legendary might. And who might this fine lady be? Perhaps she could be one of my many Oh, but what is this faint tingling sensation in my arm? This ringing in my ears, this dizziness? Could it be a case? I mean, it might be a Phoenix down. That's true. Gilgamesh and Ultros and... trying to think of what some other, like, heavily comedy characters are. I mean, Hildibrand, obviously. 5 leans a bit more into slapstick. A mild concussion will not sway Inspector Hildibrand from his true calling. Biggs and Wedge in 8, that's true. Verily, it could be naught else. Somewhere nearby, dastardly doings are afoot, and only I can thwart them. Copious quantities of sand, unbearable heat. Aha! The Sagoli Desert! I'd bet my life on it. Which means Ul'dah is but a short trek away. Yes, it all fits. Only that den of iniquity could so violently trigger my keen investigator sense. Fear not, law-abiding citizens. Inspector Hildibrand shall soon deliver you from evil. Love how Hildibrand crawled out of a grave, saw some zombies, and assumed he was also a zombie so hard that it convinced them, right? There's more Hildibrand at 60, 70, and 90, and they're all superb. I've only gone through the level 60 Hildibrand stuff before, so I'm excited to see the rest. I've been watching from the couch while I finish dinner. Oh, good. Alright. So now we have to head to the Steps of Nald. I don't know why I got on my Chocobo, I just decided to. Oh, I got Puff of Darkness on my first... and so far only run of the Crystal Towers. Third floor. The plotline there is good, and I'm glad that the type of people who used to play it are not there as much anymore. Beg your pardon? You wish to question me as to the whereabouts of that deviant running about town dressed in rags? Do I look like a reporter for the Mithril Eye? I do not consort with perverts. Well, that was a very specific. Thank you. Whoosh. What? You're looking for a half-naked Highlander who likes to catch criminals? I think I'd remember a thing like that. If you do manage to find this inspector friend of yours, tell him to do something about that goddamn duelist. Me mate's Paul's cousin's kid's best friend lost his blade the other day to that bastard. This is some good foreshadowing we're doing. This is some funny shit we're doing right here. Sorry, Bob Saget voice. This is some funny shit we're doing right here. See, Hildibrand operates on the same sort of logic as Warhammer Orcs. Yeah, that sounds right. And we've already seen, y'all, that you can't kill Hildibrand in a way that matters. Sorry, lass, but if it's information you want, you're best served by going to Wyman. The only rumors I've heard are those about the weapon thief. Calls himself a duelist, or so I hear. But when you don't allow your opponents to refuse, well... Now we gotta go back and see Wyman again. No Hildibrand, very nice. Ah, you have just entered Heavensward, Bad Road. As perverts, we reject this discrimination. I take it you've dealt with a zombie problem, eh? So, do tell. Just why was I dressing up like dandies? Wymond! Hey, Wymond! That almighty bugger me a blading spear. The dead have risen and they're walking the streets of Older. No need for melodrama, my good man. As you can see, reports of my death were greatly exaggerated. It's true, he's not a zombie. I checked. Oh, you do seem to be hale and healthy, which, begs the question, how the seven hells did you survive that fall? Why question divine providence? What matters is that Eosia's champion has returned and that he, and by that I mean I, shall bring this thieving duelist to justice. Heard about that, did you? Might be odder than you think. Even I've got no inkling of what that fella's current whereabouts. Inconceivable! I refuse to believe that the ever-inquisitive, ever-ambitious, ever-reliable Wymond is without a single shred of information, even one of dubious relevance. Well, I'll make no promises, mind you, but there was some talk of a fair maiden. What's that her most? This knave assaulted a young woman as well? The audacity! I shall fly to her side at... Why, if it isn't the lady from Segoli! A serendipitous encounter indeed, unless you too seek the belligerent duelist. Capital! It will be invigorating to engage in a friendly battle of wits. Already the spirit of competition fills me. Come, Nashu, we must away! What a strange guy. Damn it, Hildibrand, I ain't told you the lass's name yet. The award-winning expansion Heavensward. You have to say the whole thing. Ah, just like King Mogglmog the 12th. May he forever reign in death as in life. Wyman believes it would be best if you assisted Inspector Hildibrand with his investigation. Well, Euphoria, you might as well go after him. He'll be disappointed if you don't. The lady in question is named Yellow Moon. She's a woman with a taste for the finer things in life. Safe to say you'll find her getting fitted for something in the Weavers Guild most every day. Good luck with the inspected, Inspector. Alright, to the Weavers Guild! Better put on my disguise. Now I'm a weaver. Probably won't actually let me finish this quest as a disciple of the hand. Other way. Here we go. Yeah, it's not even gonna let me continue it. So I guess I gotta switch back to summon. I want to know where I'm keeping my tail. Like, there's no room in this costume to hide my real tail. I guess my tail is just glamored into a cat's tail. Alright, there you are, Yellow Moon. My beloved pure heart was unlike anyone you've ever seen. Elegant, refined, the perfect accessory for any cultured woman. Bring it back to me, won't you? Good camera move. That's a good shot right there. A priceless possession, callously ripped from the hands of its owner. The lady weeps, and the wind bears her sorrow to his ears. What gentleman could hear this clarion call, and not beg the honor of championing her cause? What in the world? I swear to you, here and now, I, Hildibrand, agent of enquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall score all creation, from the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for your pure heart. What he said. And you, my fellow servant of justice, I see your instincts are not to be underestimated, having guided you to this fair maiden's side. Now then, Miss Moon, what can you tell us of the theft? Thefts, sir, to be precise. My pure heart was not only the most recent item to be taken from me, was only the most recent item to be taken from me. I'm certain I had it when I left home the other day, after I browsed the latest fashions at Sunsilk and took in a match at the Colosseum. I realized it was gone. So the time and location of the theft are unknown, essential details without which we cannot solve the case. There's but one logical course of action, Miss Moon. To coax the hidden clues from your memories, we must reenact that fateful day's excursion. To Sunsilk! Well, alright. We can just Ethernet over there. How close is it to the Ventures Guild? No, closer to the Aetheryte Plaza. Okay, baby. A scooch over. Alright. Doesn't need to be pressed against me anymore. Which is good, because it actually makes it really hard to play this game, to have a dog scunched up against you. He's a good boy. Maybe they made me do math. They handed me money for goods and services. A tragedy. Hi, baby. Oh, fuck. Money for goods and services and math are both tragedies in their own right, I suppose. Ms. Moon, would you be so kind as to describe your visit in detail on the day in question? Nothing unusual happened, but if you insist, I was pondering whether or not to purchase a new dress when a man approached me and confessed his undying love. What sort of man says that to a complete stranger, I ask you? Naturally, I was taken aback. I dropped me purse in shock, not intentionally, on his foot, and he cried out in pain and fled. Very heavy purse? I may be so bold, Miss Moon, that strikes me as a most unusual happening. In any case, it appears to be completely unrelated to the theft. Let us next proceed to the Colosseum and see what you remember. I have no idea what was going on there. Alright, speak with Hildibrand, who is now over at, well, south. Running and running and running like a constipated wiener dog. Once again, Miss Moon, if you would be so kind as to tell us what you remember. Well, like before, nothing unusual happened. I felt like gambling that day and was debating which match to observe when a gladiator approached me from behind and confessed his undying love. The fuck? Naturally, I was taken aback. I whirled around and struck the man in the face with my purse. In shock, not intentionally. Unfortunately, since I was carrying a tremendous sum of money, my purse weighed about 6 score ponzes, and the blow was enough to render him unconscious. 120 ponzes? Miss Moon, you are a remarkably strong woman! Which is precisely why you were targeted. Oh, it's so obvious in hindsight. The thief bore you a grudge. No, it's more than that. He hated you with a passion. There sure are a lot of giant crates in Ulda. At the Weavers Guild, at Sunsilk Tapestries, and here too. Gonna get meta on us, huh? These crates are everywhere, Euphoria. I wonder what's inside. I don't see how we can open... Of course, I still have plenty of explosives here. Why don't you try? It'll be fun. I mean, we could just, like, ask the shopkeepers. Wait a sec. Why do these crates have dialogue? Y'all, what's up with that? Nashu's Delight. Oh no! Yellow-robed men. I'm getting ready to fight. At the heart of every crime rests a single, unassailable truth, reached only by navigating a web of falsehoods and contradictions. Hearken to me now, for as a shepherd leads his flock, I shall guide you to my irrefutable conclusion. A gladiator professes his feelings, only to be rejected and physically assaulted in response, wounding his pride as a warrior and as a man. Resenting her prowess whilst recognizing his weakness, he carries out a more feasible vengeance. He robs Yellow Moon of her weapon, the Pure Heart. Inspector, we found the Pure Heart. These strange men sneaking around town in wooden crates had it. It's not what you think. We're not thieves, we're devotees. Yellow Moon is our sun and stars. We only wish to keep it safe from harm, and should she misplace an item from time to time, we'd collect it for safekeeping, nothing untoward. You deviants were behind all the thefts. All this time you've been stalking me. What nerve? Such unbridled fury, such righteous indignation. We should be glad to accept the goddess's punishment. Holy crap, they're creepy. Goddess, devotees. But of course, that I had you inspect those crates was a stroke of genius indeed. As I was elucidating but a moment ago,
Those fiends are obviously the ones responsible for the recent rash of weapon thefts, as
those thefts were carried out by a single individual, you imbecile. Lest you've forgotten, the culprit is a duelist. He only claims his victims' weapons after defeating them in single combat. If your powers of observation are as great as you claim, you should have deduced that those buffoons in boxes were incapable of such. I should know. I'm a reporter for the Mithril Eye. My name is Ellie, and I've been investigating these incidents for weeks. Inspector Hildibrand, gentleman investigator and agent of inquiry, I presume. You're looking well for a dead man. Would you like to meet one of the duelist's victims? I'll introduce you with pleasure.
You would be willing to share such precious information with me. Your generosity is commendable, Miss Ellie. May this mark the beginning of a long and beautiful friendship.
Yes, yes, very good. The name of the man is... Where the bloody hells do you think you're going? I haven't told you anything yet. It's like Inspector Gadget. Having no other recourse, Ellie would instead tell you the identity of the victim. I suppose since you're the imbecile's friend, you intend to help him. The man you want to find is an adventurer named Humphrey. At present, he can be found at the Golden Bazaar. With luck, the good inspector may find his way there by the time you arrive. If not, then so be it. I wonder what'll happen when he discovers that the victim is a perpetrator as well. Alright. The Immaculate Deception. You get it? If Nashu is Penny, does that make you a well brain? Yep, I think so. I'm the dog. I also don't talk. You'll note. You know, much like Brain, I just kind of pantomime things. It all fits together. Hi, I'm Humphrey. And you all? Nice codpiece. At last I've caught up with you. You there, young sir. I'm told you were a victim of the marauding duelist. Me? A victim? How amusing. You amuse me, true. I was challenged by the duelist not long ago, but where he thought to find a whelp, he found a warrior of light instead. I defended my honor and my blade. See for yourself. You mean you won? That's amazing. Well, it was nothing compared to what I faced at Cottonelle. Magitech to the right of us, Magitech to the left of us, stuck in the middle with Lou, we were. Core, he was a dab hand with his old magic he was. I tried to save him, of course, but there's a limit to how many giant beasties a man can... That man is no warrior of light. Tell them, Elazar. Tell them how he lost and surrendered a sword that was not his own. Liar! Scoundrel! I trusted that bastard with me father's blade. Bid him take it to a smithy for restoration. Even gave him gil to pay for it. Then he comes crawling back, sniveling and begging forgiveness for losing it in a duel. As if that's enough to set things right.
Look at me, you bleeding whoreson. Look at me. Me flowing golden locks and no more. I've gone bald from the sweat, from the stress and heartbreak. That's the actual joke, isn't it? Yep. I swear everything holy that you'll face a reckoning if you don't bring her back to me. Alright. He beat the shite out of me and took the old man's sword. I used the guild to pay the churgeon. I have no idea where he or the sword is. What am I supposed to do, huh? I can't give him what I don't have. Unless you help me find the sword. That's what you do, right? Help people. Have you no shame? First you claim a legacy not your own, then you beg others to help with problems of your own making. You will refuse this man, won't you, Inspector? And what of Eleazar's flowing golden locks? How will forsaking young Humphrey help the man he has wronged? We shall begin our search for the sword by questioning the people of the Golden Bazaar. Yeah, the Warrior of Light is very no thoughts head empty. And I really like that about them. Antique swords? Oh, I haven't the foggiest about that. That traveling merchant Jajompa is the one you ought to speak with. I assume he hasn't left. That boy should be ashamed of himself, robbing poor Eleazar of a priceless family heirloom. Just goes to show you should never trust an adventurer who claims to be a warrior of light. Thieves and tricksters, the lot of them. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, it may not be the most honorable solution, but mayhap you should consider giving Eleazar a counterfeit blade. If the deception brings him peace in his final days, would it be so wrong? Eleazar's sword wasn't much to look at, but at least it was authentic. More than a few collectors have been tricked into purchasing counterfeit relics. I enjoy this outfit a lot. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of an ancient sword, at least not of one I can guarantee to be authentic. You see, any wares I determine to be of dubious origins, I immediately discard in the spring east of Camp Drybone for some reason. Although I have no swords for sale at present, I may have disposed of a facsimile similar in design to the one you described. This presents a quandary. Though I am loath to deceive an honorable man like Eleazar, a well-intentioned ruse may put his heart at ease, thus spurring the rejuvenation of his flowing golden locks, whilst we continue to search for the genuine article. Well, if there's a sword in that spring, it won't remain there for long. It's one of the more convenient sources of fresh water for the common folk in Camp Drybone. Tisk, tisk. You should endeavor to be more optimistic, Miss Ellie. Like me. I say we search the spring first before declaring all lost. So now we have to head over to... We can shave a minute off of our trip by teleporting to Camp Drybone. I adore that little marble. One of the best pets in the game, if just for its running animation. Wow. It occurs to me that I'm not yet fully recovered from my accumulated injuries. It would be prudent to immerse my body in water. It would not be prudent to immerse my body in water. Not without first coating it with a liberal application of salamander oil, that is. Indeed, on many occasions, my dearest mother tended to my childhood scrapes just so. You understand the importance of physical rehabilitation, yes? Then you can assist me by pouring the oil all over my body. Oh, okay. The body is but an instrument in occasional need of oiling, so come, my friend, come and oil me up. Yep. Ah, this comforting scent, as though I'm a child in her arms. Quickly now, before it dries, knead the oil into my aching flesh. Hildibrand is definitely ace. The pain multiplies, manifold. Gently now, gently. Massage Hildibrand again. Oh gods, yes, at last! My muscles slacken and soften, the warmth spreads, and the pain becomes pleasure. Massage Hildibrand yet again. This would be creepy if I thought he were capable of concealing ulterior motives. Exactly. Now he's doing squats. Right there, yes, keep doing that. Just like that. Just like, yes! Now once more, with feeling! Massage Hildibrand once more. Ah, never before have I received such splendid ministrations. Now then, into the spring! You as well, my good woman. Here's a muddy pebble. That is a small boulder the size of a large boulder. Yeah, like the soup. Ministration. Here's a honey pot. Like a Winnie the Pooh style honey pot. Uh-huh. Well, we found some rocks and some containers. About it, though. You've been productive. Excellent. May I see what you found? No sign of the sword Jojampa mentioned, I see. Ah! Now I'm all wet. What was that anyway? Did something cause you to... That is a big sword. That is a person-sized sword. Once again, my instincts have guided us to our quarry. That I had you search that section of the spring was a stroke of... Oh, a suit! Inspector, it's bad for your health to conduct investigation in those clothes. I'll go to Ulda and fetch you some new ones. How thoughtful of you, Nashu. While you're there, purchase a few bottles of hair tonic for Elazar as well. The newest, most potent blend you can find. If that was an option in the first place... Is it not wonderful, my friend? Soon all of Elazar's woes will be no more. Alright, now we gotta head back up to the Golden Bazaar. I found a boat. You know, a sky boat. I went towards the boat even though I actually needed to go the other way. It was just too tempting. Just, relaxing. My leg just clips right through the chair, huh? As promised, I return to you your father's ancient blade. Ah, it is her. Every chip and scratch is just as I remember. Gods bless you, sir. I never expected you'd go to such lengths for two strangers without thought of reward. Altruism is a rare trait these days. 'Tis common enough if you know where to look. A gentleman recognizes the good in every soul and understands that none deserve to be forsooken. Spoken like a true gentleman, though your garments beg to differ. Inspector, I brought your change of clothing, and I also bought a supply of tonic from this peddler I met in Pearl Lane. Connectivity to element has been lost. Okay. Everything else seems to be working. The stream hasn't dropped. The sword is just glued to their hand. To do puppet things, yeah. Watching it move from one person to another would look shitty, so they covered up with an angle change. Exactly. And it's very noticeable, but it works. Inspector, I brought your change of clothing and also bought a supply of tonic from this peddler I met in Pearl Lane. Excellent work, Nashu. If you would just bring me that case... So fucking good. Alistair doesn't even notice. Oh no. Inspector? Inspector Hildibrand? There appears to be something lodged in my forehead. It'd be a missive from an adoring admirer. I love all this shit that just keeps going on in the background. The author neglected to pen her name. I shall come to claim the collector's blade. Is that supposed to be flattering? No, it's supposed to be intimidating. The duelist wrote this. He's daring you to stop him. Gasp. That fucking face. Oh, fuck. A challenge for me. At last, the curtain rises. Very well, if I am to duel the duelist, I must dress for the occasion. Every time I see that scene, I expect him to duck off screen and then come back up all dressed. Oh shit. There we go. Magical gentleman transformation. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, accept your challenge. He's incredible. So bold, so majestic, just like a warrior of light. No, a gentleman of light. They go full ham with the facial rigs. It's amazing. Hildibrand, no midriff, no sleeves, barely pants, rose. Perfect. Hell yes. Yeah, I love Hildibrand's theme song. He is exceptionally something. Oh, Inspector Hildibrand, you look amazing. Full-on cloud stripe hair. Hildibrand. There's so many threads to this fucking story, too. Huh. This is far from the strongest of swords. Blue skies, and the rolling desert. How much longer must I seek the blade of legend? Titus Tonic, Jane Lynch Juice, Annie Lennox Lou. Oh no. Next time on Hildibrand. Challenge accepted, my worthy opponent. You shall not claim the blade. With my, let's call it what it is, genius, I shall bring you to justice. Wait, you wish to duel with weapons, not wits? The bridge hardly seems appropriate for such an epic battle. Hildibrand will return in the Three Collectors. And that's episode 1. Hey, I know that spear. That's the one I found buried with the pumpkins. Pumpkins sort of remind me of... No, it's gone. Never mind. Okay, I'm actually going to call it there. It seems like a good place to stop right now. And assuming everything holds up, I'll be back around 8:30. So, Andy is probably not ready to go yet, so I'm not going to send a raid. Remember that there is a civil rights movement happening around the country and the wider world. Black Americans, people of color, are fighting for things that shouldn't have to be fought for, like equal rights, equal treatment under the law, and not be attacked, terrified, and even murdered by the police. There are ways you can help. Under this command are some of those ways, including the Bail Fund Network to help keep protesters out of jail, the Okra Project, and the Black Trans Travel Fund to help Black, trans, and non-binary people with food, supplies, and travel out of dangerous situations, and the Black Hills Legal Fund, the Lakota People's Fund to take back their land, the Six Grandfathers, which was stolen by white people, arbitrarily renamed Mount Rushmore, and then had some white slave owners' faces carved into the side of it. Under this second command are more ways you can help. These are all kept up to date by my Sibs, Stranger, and September. If you know anything else that needs to go here, please let one of them know. They are September and Stranger, all one word, in the chat. Black lives matter, the lives of people of color matter, Indigenous lives and lands matter, Asian and Pacific Islander lives matter. These are things we got to keep saying and pushing and fighting for until the people all the way to the top not only understand and acknowledge them, but work to make them real protected truths. So yeah, our Slack is down at the moment, or else I just can't connect to it. So that's kind of weird. But yeah. Okay. I'm gonna be back in a couple of hours. Andy is gonna be streaming over on Andymonium in probably about 40 minutes. So we'll see you later. I'm gonna get a fucking